Hey guys, Tom Ratcliffe here. Today I want to talk about taxes. Yep, I know we don't like to talk about taxes. Well, some people don't like to talk about taxes if they end up having to pay a lot of taxes. But it's just part of being in business. And so I want to talk about that today and give you a couple of tips. Just kind of go over a couple of things that I've learned over the years. So here's the thing. First of all, you need to understand. Like, look, I'm not a certified public accountant. I am not a tax attorney, but I think I have some sound advice because I've learned from some CPAs, and I've learned from a CPA that actually works with entrepreneurs in our niche. So he's kind of familiar with kind of like how we make money and kind of like the kind of like tax write-offs that we have and stuff. So here's the thing that you need to understand. If you are a business owner, the kind of business entity that you set up is going to determine how much you pay in taxes. So a lot of people, like for me, like the last couple of years, I've actually been what you call a sole proprietor. A sole proprietor is sort of like, you're basically, you have no legal protection at all. If you have an LLC, which is a limited liability company, you have legal protection. There really isn't any tax advantages to opening up an LLC. But what happens is, if something happens and you were to get sued and say you set up an LLC, they couldn't go after any of your personal assets, like your cars and your houses and your bank accounts and stuff like that. They could only go after your business assets. So, like I said before, I'm not a CPA, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a tax lawyer, but, I don't want to just be giving out advice. I just want to let you know that you need to consult with a tax lawyer or a CPA before you make any decisions, before you start, signing documents and doing stuff like that. So I just wanted to let you know that. But as I was saying, if you have an LLC, you're going to have that legal protection. If you're a sole proprietor like what I am right now, you might not have that. You're not going to have that protection. They'll go right after if you were to get sued, they'll go right after your personal assets. And of course, you could open up an S Corp. I think that's more for like bigger, companies and stuff like that. So like as I was saying, so one tax tip that I have for you is understand that at the end of the year, any kind of income that you've generated, whatever you've netted after all of your tax write-offs, you're going to get taxed on, any of your profits. So during the year, it's a good thing to like just set money aside, so then you're not hit with a big tax bill at the end of the year. That's the last thing you want to have happen to you is, come to find out that you have a tax bill that's like $5,000 or $10,000. And from what I understand, they're going to want it by, I think it's April 17th. If you have a tax bill for $5,000, well, they want that money by the tax deadline. There's no, filing for extensions. You can do that. But from what I understand, if you owe the government money, they're going to want the money right now. They're going to want it. They're going to want it whenever the deadline is. So just understand that. So it's just part of the business. I mean, that's one thing you don't want to mess with. You don't want to mess with Uncle Sam and the government when it comes to taxes and stuff like that. It's extremely important to prepare. And the thing is, when you start making more money, you're gonna have to pay more taxes. That's just part of it. There's no way around that. So yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about taxes and, like I was saying, just set some money aside, And the thing is, if you, oh man, I lost my train of thought. What was I gonna say? Yeah, just pay your taxes. Just pay your taxes. Don't let this stuff fester. There's really steep fines. The penalties are just it's really bad if you don't pay your taxes on time, and just don't mess with the government. So hope you like my video. This is Tom Rock. I'll talk to you later.